offered us. They appreciated what we were doing,
right?
So they shared their food with us, and so I would cook with them, and we would fetch the water with them. We slept on the floor of their house, which was extremely uncomfortable, and basically became friends as much as we could, given that we couldn't actually speak, only through various translators, which is another whole issue. So I don't think it was your normal BBC production, no, in those terms. Bulgi, who's in the film, Luharia's wife, who I think is like the emotional heart of the film. Without her, it would be nothing. She was too shy. She wouldn't actually speak on camera for the first 2 years. And then, so the second time I went there, I got a rough cut of the film with me. And I played it to her just on the screen of the camera with her headphones on. And she completely and totally understood.
Right.
And she just turned to me and said, "What do you want me to do?" So, if somebody just rushed in on a budget, with a commission, they wouldn't have got that kind of thing. They wouldn't have got, the best character in the film, so.
What I'm trying to get to is that you've got an even greater impetus to make the film work. It puts more pressure on a filmmaker than, and there are lots, God knows, there are lots of pressures on an independent filmmaker anyway. But this one can't fail because you're eating their food. You're sleeping in their homes.
Well, not so much that as that they're going to drown.
Well, there is also that point, yes.
I mean, one of the big worries I had was that because they kept saying on camera, we're going to drown, I was worried that, when the water did rise, at the end of the film, the climax of the film, was me being there putting extra pressure on them to actually do it, right, because they might have wanted to bottle out at the last minute. So that was a big concern of mine.
How do you actually reconcile your beliefs to that fact that somebody's willing to give their life for a subject, a cause?
Well, in this case, they're not so much giving it for a cause as their situation is so bad. They've got a choice. They can basically go to a resettlement site where they will most likely be completely destitute and most likely end up in the slums, where they'll end up doing, just hard labour basically for an absolute pittance. They'll lose their culture and their family ties.
ऐसे ही दिल में सोचते हैं कैसे रहे हैं वो तय और कैसे यहाँ रहा था अब हमारे दिल में जो लगे है अभी तक मर जाए बैठे बैठे और मरे भी नहीं हम तो कहे तो भगवान उठा ले फुर्सत हो जाए.
Or they can stay on their ancestral land, which means so much to them, and drown. You know what I mean? It's not so much a protest as what other choice would rather stay here and die with dignity than die in some slum in Delhi.
Did your film make a difference, do you think?
Probably not. But the campaign's made a difference, I think, because our film is about the Sardar Sarovar Dam, which is only one of the Narmada dams, and because they have had such a fantastic campaign, even though they lost in the end at the Supreme Court, they had such an internationally recognised campaign that the government is no way going to be able to do the whole Narmada project that they envisaged originally, which was 3,000 dams. So in those terms, a lot of people will not be displaced, a lot of people will not be submerged because of their campaign. Plus the World Commission on Dams thing, which comes at the end of the film. That came about also very largely because of their campaign. And that has hopefully put a stop to lots of future dams, and a lot of future lives that will be destroyed. So, do films ever make a difference?
You're the filmmaker, I'm asking you.
Yeah, but you're the audience.
Well, I would say just by sheer numbers of people who watch and perhaps are motivated to become activists rather than just viewers, I suppose they can't help but make a difference. That's what I would have thought.
Well, we do get...
So it surprises me that you're unwilling to acknowledge that.
Well, we do get a lot of emails from people who are saying, their lives have changed in various ways, that they won't eat at McDonald's, or some people one person has actually gone to join the protests in India, and a lot of, school projects have been done and that kind of thing, more protests against McDonald's and stuff like that, yeah. I mean, I think the whole fight against capitalism and the whole fight against injustice is a losing battle, and there isn't any chance of
So why do you do it then? Why do you do it?
Yeah, because I think it is worth fighting, because, the possibilities that we're fighting for are worth fighting for, but I don't think we can beat men in power, no.
Well, I've heard of...
But
yes,
the people I make films about, they do believe that we can beat the men in power, you know what I'm saying?
So you're humouring them. You're humouring them in this complete delusion that you don't believe will actually happen, and that's a strange position to start with. When you're going to put 3 or 4 years of your life into a project.
But it makes me feel better because I think it is actually selfish, you see.
Right.
Because fighting, even if you think you're going to lose, makes me feel better. So this used to be the front room of my house.
Right. Right.
But now it's the office. These are my office workers. Hello, this is Andy.
Hello.
Andy, are you getting paid by Spanner Films? Answer
Yeah, are
truthfully.
you paid actually, Andy? This is a good question.
I don't know how we
Don't look at
describe
her, just answer the question, because I feel that she may be threatening somehow.
I think we probably get paid more or less what we're worth, really. No,
I'm intrigued.
That's a good question.
This is
no, we're
Confucius
treated very well,
sitting here.
aren't we? I mean,
You're
it's hard
treated
work,
very well.
We're treated very well.
No, but I mean, I'm asking, what is the financial consideration? Why do you do it? Because, I mean, I'm not being rude, Franny, but
No, you go right ahead.
It's not for the riches.
No.
It's not.
Reality, is it, really? You know.
We're doing it because this is really the only way to make the films that we want to make, isn't it? We can't sort of do it within the normal sort of processes by which these sort of documentaries are made, so we have to do it our way, and Franny's very good.
So it's kind of guerrilla journalism, I guess, in a way.
That's a nice phrase, yeah, I like that. Guerrilla journalism.
Guerrilla journalism. Make sure you
That's
put
what we
my
are,
name
guerrilla
at the
journalists.
bottom. And Lizzie, I know you're sort of Girl Friday to this whole project. Well, you are, aren't you? You actually went out there as well.
Yeah, just in August of this
How,
year.
how did she talk you into doing something like that? Because this is an utter life upheaval, I'm
She said,
thinking.
would you do it if I had no money to pay you, but just your expenses? And I thought, yes, please.
Okay.
That sounds really good, but then it kind of all changed and stuff. No, it was brilliant. It was so much fun.
But can I say at this point that when I was originally trying to get, well, for the second year I went out there, I was trying to get a camera person to come, and I put various adverts on various places saying unpaid, 3 months in India, you know. I had 300 applications,
You did.
of which I'd say like 20, 30 were really, really good people. As in, most of them industry people who are sick to the death of, you know, sick to the teeth of doing, you know, commercials and all the rest of it.
What is wrong with the industry then, that a film like this, or other films like this, because I do work in the industry,
Right.
so I'm interested.
Perhaps you could tell us.
Oh no, I'm asking. I'm asking because I would like to know. You're the one who's had the experience about these things. What is wrong about the industry that does not allow you to make the films you want and get them shown on those channels?
Well, they do sell to lots of other countries around the world, just not the UK.
Why?
Why is that? Well, you don't see this kind of film, obviously, in UK TV anymore, do you?
You don't. But,
Well, I don't. No, I mean, they're not on anymore, are they? So that's why they don't buy them, because they don't buy this kind of film. Why are these kind of films not on?
Is it because people don't want to watch it, or is it because they don't want to show them?
Well, I mean, in this country, it's hard to say, isn't it? But I mean, around the world, you know, we had, when we sold it in America, that got one of its highest viewing figures. So it's not like nobody wants to watch it. Does the British public not want to watch it? Maybe. I mean, there was some research done a couple of years ago about how many hours are now devoted to this kind of subject, i.e. international development. This is pre-September 11th, and I think it was 5 hours across all the TV channels in the UK for a year. You know what I mean? So, do you want to watch this kind of film?
Well, I watched your film.
Yeah, but that's because you're my friend.
Well, you made me. But I would have to say that, you know, I would have watched it out of choice as well.
Lizzie, would you have watched it?
Man, yeah, that's how I met you.
Neve, would you have watched it
Premiere.
Yes.
on British TV? Andy, would you have watched it? So there we have a straw poll of the UK average representative.
Of the
They would have all watched
viewing
it. It would have been
public.
100% viewing
Five
figures.
people
Put it
watched
on opposite Pop Idol. Actually, I wouldn't have watched it.
So, how would you say an average day at Spanner Films pans out?
Well, I think that some people, certainly myself, before I started making films, might think that making films involved cameras, microphones, cables, etc., etc. That is just such a minor part of it. It's not even 1% of what you do to make a film. This is, you know, like we have quite a lot of volunteers who come and help here, and they all ask, you know, when am I going to have a gun on the camera? And it's just like, you know, maybe in 2 years the camera will be coming out again. It's all about raising money, photocopying, logistics, making computers speak to each other over the network. I mean, you know, that's what we spend all our time doing. The website, you know, the blatant self-promotion like this DVD, all in the name of trying to get a film out when you haven't got a commission and, you know, when you haven't got a set broadcast. So it's not about cameras, that's what it's not about. There is quite a few things you could help with if you wanted to. We always need more volunteers.
Yes. As lovely as that sounds, I'm actually going to go because I've got a proper job. So it was lovely talking to you.
Thanks, Anita. Great.
It's all right. Lovely seeing you. Good luck with everything, ethical bunny. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, corporate bunny.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
Right, back to work.